the Cinderella conversation, right? I mean, we got some insane matchups here in the Sweet 16. We'll talk about those coming up here in a bit. And tonight, Arkansas, Arizona. I mean, there are some incredible matchups. Texas, I don't consider them a Cinderella.
Absolutely
because
not.
they're Texas. Like, give me a break. Even though they're 11 seed, like, stop it. What's your take on that? Are you good with how it is now? I mean, it's the NIL era, so we're going to see more of this. Or do you want to see that more like Cinderella based, Sweet 16, where there's like maybe 2 or 3 teams that nobody really ever heard of that have a chance to make some noise?
I'm going to sound very hypocritical. This is going to be a very hypocritical answer, okay? Cinderella is what built March Madness, right? Like that, the NC States of the world, and that's what really made March Madness, right? That's what made it.
Yeah.
I like when the best teams make it. I like when it's the best teams. I for as much as people love upsets and they're just very intriguing, and Iowa, Nebraska tonight is going to be a great basketball game. I would have rather seen Florida, Nebraska. I thought that would have been a ridiculous matchup. But
yeah, for sure.
Hats off to Iowa. They beat them. And Iowa is not a Cinderella, right? Like that's not Loyola Chicago with that nun running around, right? Like this is this is not that. Cinderella's built this tournament, and I don't like them. So I mean that's a hypocritical answer, isn't it?
A little bit, and I get it. It's just the way of college sports now with NIL in particular. I mean, the high points of the world. That was a good story.
It was a good story.
They're not gonna reach where they could potentially have reached if it was 10 years ago, right? Because 10 years ago you're not dealing with the NIL aspect of it. You're not dealing with the transfer portal. Like you're just not dealing with that. And in today's game, it's so difficult if you're not a power conference team with a lot of money to make it far into the tournament. It's just really hard. And I'm kind of leaning towards what you're saying here because I'm looking at these matchups and I'm like, yo, St. John's Duke, sign me up.
Great
Michigan,
matchup.
Alabama, sign me up. UConn, Michigan State, are you kidding me? Sign me up. Like Arizona, Arkansas with Calipari, like sign me up. Like that is what is going to draw and get a bunch of the ratings. And it sucks for the Cinderella, but it's just the way it is now. And I think when the execs look at the ratings come on, Saturday or Sunday, and you're like, wow, that UConn Michigan State game, that drew a big one. No one's going to be like, you know what? We should have had High Point in the game or whatever. No one's going to say that. And everyone's going to watch too.